We're gonna add 0.8 ounces of oil. And that 0.8 ounces number that I got is a result of two different things. One, when we recovered the system, it pulled out about a half an ounce, a tiny bit more than a half an ounce. And then this also has been leaking a little bit of refrigerant and oil on this hose. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge it up a little more than half of an ounce to also ensure that we have enough oil inside of our AC system, for one, to carry the refrigerant through the system, but also to keep our compressor lubed up nicely. When this was kicking on before, it was making a tiny bit of noise. And when systems get low on charge like that and are still running, there is possibilities of damaging the system. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil than we pulled out to make sure we have plenty in there. The only way to know 100% for sure how much oil is in this system right now would be to pull every single component out and drain it and measure it, and then start all over again by adding oil to every single component. Well, when we're fixing a small leak like this, we're not gonna go through all that. All we can really go off of is what we're seeing. If it was low on oil to begin with, it probably wouldn't have recovered any AC oil out of the system. But since we recovered a half an ounce, I feel pretty confident that it wasn't completely low on oil. So I'm just gonna add another 0.3 to compensate for the leak, and then just to add a tiny bit more to make sure that it's all good. You can add too much oil to a system, which will cause the system not to work very well. And it can also cause some weird noises to happen, like when the compressor kicks on. So what we're gonna do once we get this thing charged up to the proper amount is run it and watch our gauges and make sure our gauges look normal. And I'll be expecting to see our high side up from 150 to 250 in that range. And I love doing AC work. We do it all summer long here. I usually have an AC machine going all day. If I was worried about needing this stall, right, while I was waiting for this thing to do its 45 minutes of vacuum, I might have pulled it outside and ran the machine outside, because I don't need a stall to do that. But while this was under vacuum, I went ahead and went over and got an alignment done on that F-150 that we did the upper control arm and fixed the oil filter adapter leak on. So by the time I finished that and test drove it, this thing was just about finished up and didn't really have to waste any time at all. We'll go ahead and start this up and turn it on max. And max AC is basically just AC on with your recirc on, is all max AC really is. So as we can see now on our high side, we're building up high side pressure, and then our low side is staying around 30-40 PSI. So this is what a normally charged and functional AC system will look like. It is a little cooler out today, so if it was hotter outside, we'd see our low side pressures up a little higher. But since it's only 60 degrees out, now when I get my hand back here on this low side hose near my low side fitting, it feels ice cold. Now that we've confirmed that we have normal readings on our AC system, it's gonna go ahead and have us equalize the hoses. So we'll disconnect our high side hose, and this will equalize using the machine, the two sides of the system. And once our gauge drops down below 40, it'll tell us to go ahead and disconnect the machine from there.